And we're live.
Hey, everyone.
Happy Wednesday.
Wisdom Wednesday.
So we are on episode 2 of Selling to Serve series. How's everybody doing in their sales?
Asking questions.
Yes.
And listen. Shut the up.
Beep.
Shh. We got to listen.
Yes.
As salespeople, we've got to ask questions. We got to ask really good questions. Questions that uncover needs, that discover values of someone. Because if we don't know why they need or want our product or service, especially coaching, then we have no idea how to serve them.
Yes.
Hence, selling to serve and serving to sell.
Yes. And a lot of people go right into the pitch without asking any questions first. And then you go and sell based upon what's important to you instead of what's important to the person.
And if you take it a step back,
into trouble.
A step back is you got to build a rapport first.
Yes.
Because there's so many people, and we've met these people. I'm sure you have too. There's only a few people out there. They just move around a lot. They seem to be at a lot of different networking events, but there's only a few of them. So what it is I'm talking about how they don't have any rapport. They don't have any rapport before they pitch. It's like you said, butter me up.
Butter me up, butter my buns, make me feel good.
Warm me up a little bit.
Care about who I am as an individual before you start selling. It's about building a relationship. So of course, you're going to be asking questions as you build rapport, but what we were talking about step 2, asking questions, these are more specifically to get information, to understand how you can serve them. The building rapport is really asking about, who they are and what they like. And so it's more general type of question.
Surface level, though.
Kind of really, you almost are going into the relationship and building rapport as you are really wanting to build a long-term relationship with this person and get to know them as a human being. Then when you start getting into the asking questions, you're asking specifically to see if there is a good fit to work together. Does that make sense? I hope so.
So if you're just jumping on, you're watching the replay, and you've liked this selling series so far, give us a comment below like, yes, this makes sense, or totally digging this, and the information in this, what we're talking about and sharing with you is useful knowledge, useful information. That's what we're about, how to apply it to our business, our life. So give us a comment below and just say, hey, cool stuff. So back to asking questions. So what kind of questions? A lot of people say, well, we're starting to build rapport. You're starting to ask them questions about their business. Maybe their challenges come up. Yeah.
What is your biggest frustration is a great question. What are your goals? Where do you envision your life, your business, your relationship, depending upon if you're in coaching or if you have a product or service? You want to get out their vision of the outcome that they want, their future desires and dreams and hopes and all those things. But then you also want to know what's going on in the now.
Yep. So a great question to start off a consultation is, how's it going?
How's it going?
How's it going? Let them choose the context of life they choose to discuss.
Yeah.
Whether it's business, personal, good, bad, whatever it is. That's a great, ambiguous, extremely big picture question to ask someone. They go, well, what? What do you mean, how's it going? What specifically? Good. Then you'll figure out the details. So asking questions. Why do we ask questions? Why do we need to ask questions? We ask questions so that we can better understand what's going on in our client's mind.
What's their dreams? What are their values? What do they need in their life? What's missing that you can help with?
Yes, because when they answer, their language will tell us everything that's going on.
All those little keywords.
Yes, it will.
All the things that are important.
Their language just opens up their mind because what they say, that's what we are as linguistics. We pick apart language. We listen to what they say and we go, wow, we better have an understanding of what the client actually really wants and can give them the best possible service, the best possible product, put them into the best training, the best coaching program. Maybe we found and heard something that they didn't even know they had a problem with, and we can kind of present that to them in a way that they're like, hey, no one's ever really talked to me this way, and yet all we did was ask a few thought-provoking questions.
And in the training, in the 3-day business training, we really teach you the psychology behind the words people use and truly what's going on in the psyche. Are they making picture, sounds, feelings, taste, smell, self-talk? And you can figure out just by listening to their language how they like to buy, what the steps they do inside their mind as well as externally to make a decision quickly and feel good about it, which is really, really important.
To get the meaning behind the meaning.
You want to find find all that information. That way, when you go to pitch your product or service, you can actually language it and give a process in which they already do it inside their mind instead of how you like to do it.
That's right.
Because there's so many people, and I've done it before, where you have too, where you get in a sales situation and you do what you normally do that really, really works for certain people, and then this person doesn't buy because maybe they got turned off, or maybe they didn't hear what they needed to hear. And it's because most people are selling based upon how they like to buy and not how their client likes to buy.
That's right.
And by asking questions, you can figure that information out.
Yes, because we want to know, by the way, 80% of clients have already bought or purchased or tried on or test drive the product in their mind.
In a movie that they go inside,
they've already imagined.
They tasted it. They smelled the car.
They already imagined hiring you. They already imagined trying it on before they bought. So that means there's something inside that we've got to unlock with a key, and that comes in by listening, asking really good questions, and listening to that language.
Yeah. Especially if you're a coach or maybe in a real estate agent or financial services, people already have these preconceived
ideas,
models of the world of how they perceive a financial planner or a coach or a trainer or a real estate agent. And sometimes those aren't a very good model because maybe they got burned in the past, right? And so they have a trigger inside of them that makes them feel bad every time you use a certain title. So it's your job as a salesperson to ask those questions and really use your ability to gauge how they show up in their body language, what words they choose to use, to where you can get a better understanding of how you may want to, give a metaphor or unravel or reframe that in their mind. Reframing means giving them a different perspective on that specific thing.
Language, it's just that specifically. So a great example is when a client or a prospect, once you get down to, I'm not ready, or I need to think about it, lots of those types of objections, that's what we like to listen to and say, well, how specifically are you not ready? How are you not ready? Who specifically is not ready? We all talk about this language, how it's so important to get the real meaning, because a lot of people take surface level words as ready, or I'm not ready, or I'm not ready to buy, as just, oh, that means they're not ready. I know what that means to me. I assume that's exactly what it means to them, and we don't know.
Maybe you didn't ask the questions that you needed to ask for them to share with you the true pain point or the true problem, to where then you can build the value around working with you to where they would be ready. That is the thing. Because when you ask the right questions, then you truly deeply understand what they need. And then the next step, which we're going to talk about on Friday, is by figuring out the pain point, you can then link the pain point,
the need
to your services,
to the product.
Yep.
Maybe to a better service or a better product that you used to have, and now you have a new one.
Yep.
It's whatever you need to create for that client that will work perfect for them.
And if this sounds super confusing or overwhelming, then come to our training, because we have a step-by-step process of all the questions that we ask in the sales process that we found really, really powerful, to where you can just go down the list and ask all those questions and get all that information, to where then you know exactly what to use in order to go in for the close.
We spend a half a day talking about and training and teaching everyone in the training the 5-step sales model, this process that is very easy to follow, and it gets results. It works, guys. It really does work. It's amazing how it works if you follow it. And it's extremely simple.
Yes.
Because we all get excited during the close. We all get excited when we think we have a buyer or we think we have a client. And a lot of times when we do get excited, we forget a simple process that we can use and duplicate every single time that works, and it works well.
What this process does is it allows you to really slow down and ask those questions and really serve the client. Because I think a lot of times people in sales, they get a bad rep because they're not truly asking the right questions, and they're not truly listening to what the client needs.
Which means they're selling no's.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell a non-buyer.
Yeah.
So that's what we talk about as well. So if you're just jumping on, you're watching the replay, we're talking about our Selling to Serve series, asking questions. It's the second step in the 5-step sales model that we're going to talk about, that's coming up in our training soon. And so if you've got any questions on that, just ask below, comment. If if this is helping you with sales, and some of us I know hate sales out there, if this resonates with you, say, yes, this is my stuff. This is my jam.
And if you're watching the replay, then go ahead and type in the comments if you resonate with this, if you're like, hell yes. Because the thing is that we hope by putting this on is for changing the world around sales. Sales has gotten this bad rep, and it doesn't make any sense to us because this is how we help and serve people.
Society thinks sales is bad. It's interesting.
It's manipulation and all those things. But if you truly do this process, you're actually serving somebody and you're actually figuring out if it's a good fit. And with NLP, yes, you have the ability to really, truly connect with a person in the language that they like to hear. And we always say that if you go through the process of asking all those questions and then there is no need, then you walk away.
Yeah, you don't need to sell
100%.
them. It's not a client.
Yeah, because it's not a good fit. You don't want clients that aren't a good fit. It's going to end up being a draining relationship. There may be chargebacks.
You're going to be leaking energy. They're going to be
a pain in the ass.
Asking for their money back. They're not going to refer you good people. You might even get a negative review on your profile. So you definitely don't want any of that.
We've made the mistake. Please learn from us, because before we thought everybody needs NLP in the world. Not everybody needs it.
Not everybody wants it.
Not everybody wants to work with us. And not everybody's a good fit for us because we don't necessarily like holding people's hands that don't want to do the work.
Not everybody wants to change.
Yeah. So save yourself the headache. And if there truly isn't a need, is there somebody else that could better serve them? You refer them out. And that's why asking questions is so important, because then you can truly figure out. You almost want to be sitting across from them thinking to yourself, I'm interviewing them.
Yep.
And they need to show me that they are a good fit for me instead of needing them to buy from you. It takes all the power back.
Comment below if there's a key question that you ask your clients that really works for you, and you're like, this works amazing.
Yeah,
and
share
you
with
get good
us.
results. Anything you get that if it works for you, you get great results. Comment below. I'd love to hear about it. Love to read it.
Cool.
So
anything else?
Ask questions.
Ask questions.
Thought-provoking questions, not surface level. Deep structure.
Yes.
And if you don't know if you're deep enough, then go deeper and say, how specifically?
And use those specificity questions. Who, what, where specifically? And then what's the intention of that? For what purpose? Those are big picture questions. These are all linguistic patterns that we use to either get somebody up to the big picture or getting down in the details, which is super, super helpful when you're asking those questions to figure out if you can serve them really well.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Anything else?
Nope.
Cool.
We'll see you on Friday.
See you. Thanks for tuning in.
So task is now
Yes.
when you implement this into your sales process, and let us know how it goes.
So build rapport, number one.
Yes.
And number two,
ask questions.
Ask questions. Let us know how it goes. Comment below. We'll talk and see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.